Happy Wednesday, everyone. This is createwithnancy.com, and I welcome you today for a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live today. So if you happen to be joining in, just let me know you're here, and so I can say hello to you. Today, what am I talking about today? Today, we are making some handcrafted cards for St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up in just a few weeks. Well, maybe not a few weeks, in a few days, okay? I think what are we, almost like a week away is what it is. So a week from Thursday. So hello, Stella and Ellen. Thanks for joining me today. I was almost on time. I had to do make sure my hair was in place. I don't know. When I put my glasses up, it makes my hair stick out. So anyways, so are you excited about today? Who do you make St. Patrick cards to send out? If you don't, this technique that I'm going to show you will be a great way for you to use it for any occasion that you might have, holidays or a special occasion when you don't have that specialized stamp set or designer paper to use with. So, hi Anne, welcome. I'm just checking to see if I'm live here and go with that. So let me just mute my phone here so I can keep track of YouTube as well. Okay, so all right, so let's see, anybody else? Okay, hi Linda, welcome. Okay, Ellen, you probably already know all of what I'm going to share with you today, but it will be a review for you. But maybe not, maybe you'll learn something new. Okay, hi Pat, welcome. Okay, so let's get started. And we're also going to talk about the mini stamp cut and emboss. We're going to use that today because it's a savings are in bloom promotion. It's part of that, and you can save 20% off the mini cut and emboss through the end of March. So there's still a few weeks to take advantage, and hopefully they don't run out. I don't really know what the status is because once it goes into back order, then you can't order it. So if it's something that's on your wish list, think about grabbing that now, okay? So we are going to start with the mini cut and emboss machine, but let me just kind of show you the flyer. So it's on my blog, so you can check out my blog because it's there's a link there. So it talks about the mini cut and emboss, 20%. So it's $48 right now. Great savings. And then there's 13 bundles that are also 20% off. So these are retiring. So these are definitely while supplies last. The retired list comes out in like a couple more weeks, 2 more weeks to be exact. And once they hit the retired list, it's definitely while supplies last, okay? So let's see. So there's 13 awesome bundles, and I'll be sharing more ideas with these bundles in the coming weeks, okay? Because I've used some of these before. Some I don't have, like I don't have the Seascape bundle, and what else? I don't have the Wildcats bundle or the Welcoming Window. But some of these others, I'll try and share more ideas for you so that you are inspired with them. And if you do have them, awesome. And it will give you some new ideas on what to do with them as well. Okay, so we're going to start with the stamp cut and emboss. I need to cut out a label, so we're going to pull in the mini cut and emboss machine, and then here's our little mini platforms we have. We need a bottom plate, a clear bottom plate, number 2. And then we're going to add our cardstock and die on there, and then another one on top. And this will just simply crank through, and I'm trying not to wiggle the camera and table for you. Welcome, Sharon. I see you're on YouTube, so welcome. I'm glad you're here. Yes, so I'm streaming to both Facebook and YouTube now, so at the same time. So you can come join me on whichever platform you would love to come watch me on, okay? And comment there as well. YouTube, you do have to log in with a Gmail account so you can comment or have a YouTube account. So see how simple that was to die cut our label with our little mini machine. The mini machine is great for if you need to travel or you know, you just want something small, but it's only good for smaller things because the platform is only 3.5 inches wide. Okay, it's about, I think it's about the same length, maybe a little shorter than the other one, but it's appropriately the same wide. Okay, so how are we going to create a St. Patty's card? Okay, because Stampin' Up doesn't have a stamp set. We have some words. Okay, so let me show you what I'm using for words. So there's the Wish for Everything stamp set. This is not a bundle. It was previously because this is like maybe the second or third time it's been in the catalog. So, but once it's repeated in the catalog, generally they don't bundle it, okay? So there's all kinds of great simple words and then greetings for the inside. So there's actually, may the luck of the Irish go double for you. So there's the inside greeting. And then there's a coordinating set of dies that go with this, because this was the actual bundle, was the dies. So they do have St. Patrick's. And then there's the word happy, okay? So I've already die cut my letters, my words, the happy St. Patrick's out of there. And oh rats, I had an intuition that the phone was going to ring today, and I was going to move it out of the way, so it should stop. The machine will pick it up. So this is a great bundle. There's also Lucky You in here. The word St. Patrick's is in here as well. Okay, and then, you know, there's Easter and anniversary and Thanksgiving, Christmas, Father's, Mother's Day, Halloween, birthday, anniversary. It's a great universal type set of words. And then this too has a lot of the bigger die cuts in it too. All right, so there is that bundle. So I kind of incorporated that with it. We're gonna add Happy St. Patrick's Day. So I've already cut this out. When you see the die, you know, last year when I made a card with this, I made it a while ago, you know, and then I kept looking for the saint to be by itself. And this is all one die, but it cuts it out separately, okay? So keep that in mind, because I kept looking for St. Patrick's and the two separate dies in my die set. Oh, I was going nuts. So finally I looked at it and I'm like, oh my goodness, Nancy. Anyways, all right, so I added our adhesive sheets on the background. So this really makes it very easy to peel that off, and the glue is already on there. The adhesive is already on there. So I feel like there's something on my little thing there. So we're gonna just put St. Patrick's here. All right, and then we'll put the saint on. I love our adhesive sheets, so if you haven't tried them, give them a whirl, because they're great for these detailed things where you feel like the multi-purpose glue kind of just gets all over the place. Let's see. I gotta look at my original card here. What did I do? You know what? This is actually going to be my second card, so you guys are getting a little sneak peek. So we've got our little die cut there already done for our label. I'm going to set this aside because actually I wanted to do this on the second card. Okay, so let's go back to how are we going to make a card with St. Patrick's Day. So this is what we're going to use, our paper napkins here. Okay, so this can give you a customized card easily for any occasion. Okay, just look for napkins. Different sizes are kind of hard to work with because this is like, how wide is this? So keep this in mind when you're looking at the designs. This is a 5x5 napkin, okay? So our cardstock is what, 5 or 4¼ by 5½. So you kind of want to pay attention to the design element of your napkin, okay? That makes a really big difference. So I'm actually just going to use like part of this napkin, okay? So let me show you what you have to do. And there's a few other things to keep in mind as well. Is you need to know how many plies your napkin is, okay? This is a 2-ply napkin. Some are 3, and so on. So, hi Stella and Roberta and Shirley, and I think Kathy, I see you joined in as well. Welcome, ladies. So if you've never, I'm so glad you wanted to use napkins. This is so much fun. Okay, so let's look at our napkin here, okay? And let's see here. So I've opened up my napkin, and I've kind of, I've already started to pull it apart. The worst thing is always start to like pull it apart in a section you really don't want to use. So I just kind of like, kind of smooth it out until I start to see the ply start to separate. Okay, that's the hardest part. That's why it's important that you need to know about how many plies, because you only want to work with the top ply. So you're just going to gently pull this apart. The printing, there's like, you know, like this, like from the machinery, there's like little dots. You want to just kind of pull it easily so you can separate your napkin, okay? And you could cut it apart too. I didn't want to cut this apart. Lots of times I'll cut it into sections because this is a smaller napkin. So this part's garbage, okay? So we can throw that away. Sharon says she's done these a lot and she loves them. Okay, so I've got my design, and I actually ironed my napkin a little bit because it was very wrinkly. So, and Gail has, if I were to die cut, let me look at Gail's. Yeah, if you were to, okay, I think you're talking about the gold letters, right, Gail? If you were to die cut a bunch of these sediments on something you could do ahead without compromise, yes. As long as you don't peel off the adhesive on the back, just put them in a container or something, okay? Definitely. And Sharon says she loves making these fabric cards, okay? All right, so simple, basic things is just go to the dollar store and grab some of this glue, a glue stick, okay? That makes it really easy. You can use an adhesive sheet. It's a little bit tougher. Once you do it, the adhesive sheet really sucks down your napkin really hard and fast, and there's no like compromise to it, okay? So because this is so small and I'm cutting it apart, I just have a larger piece of cardstock here, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of do this in sections, just because, and I'm just gonna completely cover this paper. And so it uses a lot of the dollar store. You can find these very economically. They're usually like 3 in a package, okay? Well, I guess it's not really a dollar store anymore. So I'm gonna just completely cover this cardstock. I made it a little bit bigger so I don't get glue all over, okay? And then I'm going to simply lay this down without trying to wrinkle it, okay? So I'm just kind of laying it down and then just smoothing it into place, okay? That's all we need to do. And I'm not using the whole thing. So let me just make sure I might need to put a little bit more here on this edge, because I didn't really place it. Main thing is just to go slow and smooth out all your wrinkles, okay? I'm trying to get some of these dots out too by smoothing it. Now, when you're going to, I use my cutter, okay? And you want to be really, really careful. I haven't showed the card yet, Colleen, so you guys are just kind of learning from the beginning from the as we're going, okay? I didn't really show the card. So it'll be a total surprise, okay? So we've got our thing ready. So I'm going to pull in my cutter. And this is just kind of like, you're just eyeballing it, okay? Kind of to begin with. So I'm going to, because you want to get like a straight edge on this, all right? So I might like use the grid of my cutter here and try to line it up so I get a straight edge, okay? And I'm going to start with my blade kind of inside as well, all right? And even you could like give a little, make sure you're okay that way. You could do a little embossing to make sure you're all set. So let's see, I gotta line this, I moved it. Okay, so start with your blade inside because sometimes it might tear at the tissue a little bit. So start inside so it doesn't rip, okay? And you want kind of a fairly sharp blade. All right, so we've got a nice cut there, okay? And then we're gonna just do one. So now I've got a nice flat edge here. So then I can decide, I'm gonna need about, I think about a 3-inch length. So I'm gonna kind of look here and here as to how to decide where to go. You can always keep chopping away at it. So, whoops, I didn't start inside. So I think I'm gonna cut more than I really want, okay? That looks pretty darn good. Maybe I am gonna go more than 3 inches. So that looks like about 3 1/4. Let's see, let's eyeball this. I'm going back here again, ladies. Okay, I always look at some type of thing on my guide here. Okay, so that's 3 1/2. So I guess we'll go with that. So we've got a 3 1/2 inch length. Oh, I got to cut a little bit more off. Let's go with 3 1/4. There we go. And it's just really eyeballing it, okay? So we still need to trim this off over here. 3 4 3/4. So I've got a custom little mat here, okay? And this is just kind of like no right or wrong measurements. So on my blog, I'm gonna suggest, I'm not gonna really have measurements down for this. I'm recreating in my blog post for tomorrow. To cut this, okay? So you're just gonna come back and watch the video and get an idea how to recreate this. So let's measure this again. This is, yeah, Nancy, let's see, 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So we're gonna do 1/4 inch. So we're gonna do 5 inches by 3 1/2 inches, okay? There we go. So this is going to be our mat. So I'm going to do 1/4 inch of a mat around versus the 1/8 that I normally do. Okay, with a little bit wider black border. So we've got our custom piece of here. Okay, so let's glue these two together. And let me just look at comments. I don't think so. Everybody with me so far, what we're doing on how you can just create your custom size and go with it. All right, so let's, hi Lane, glad you're joining in, welcome. So here we go. So we've got that. So I've already taken some Granny Apple Green and ran it through the embossing folder with the floral 3D. I think it's called, maybe it's ornate floral 3D. It's got really tiny flowers on it, okay? Okay, good. Stella's with me so far, yay! So we are going to take, let me grab some ribbon. I love this. I thought this would be okay with it. We're gonna tie a bow on this, okay? Thought this looked kind of St. Patty's Day, this ribbon here. The black and white check. There we go. you could, if you really wanted to, you could color this ribbon with your blends. I didn't think about it till right now, but if you wanted to, but I think I totally like it black and white. Makes it pop more. My ribbon's twisted. There we go. I think that looks okay. Okay, let's twirl this. I guess let's cut this first, Nancy. So we'll give it a trim here and a trim there. Okay, so we got our bow. I hope they don't retire this. I love this ribbon. Okay, so we've got our bow kind of up at the top, and I'm going to put this in the middle as well. I think it's about in the middle. Let's just check her out. And my card is not like, doesn't feel like it's folded right. Okay, let's just double check this. Does that look good? I want to make sure. I guess we could come down just a hair more. All right, let me look at my middle here. 2 3/4, 1, 2. Yeah, it's got to go back this way. I think it's okay. There we go. Okay, so we're going to add this with some dimensionals, okay? All right. Yeah, I love Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green is a great St. Patty's color. So I got to do a post about which green is your favorite, you know, because that's kind of cool. You can also put them in the embossing folder. I'm not sure which. Okay, so we are going to add this onto here. Okay, and we've got our little St. Patty's. Isn't that kind of cute? So let's stamp our greeting. We're going to use the "May the luck of the Irish go double for you." Okay, so I'm not sure if anybody said that they send out St. Patty's cards. Do you? Or can you think of, you know, there's lots of like occasions like 4th of July, you know, like maybe we don't have a card to go with it, you know, a stamp set to go with it, that are great to kind of use. Look for napkins during the holidays and make cards with them. Because I did a fall class with them this past fall. So, all right, so we're doing a double layer of cardstock for the inside. So let's do this, and then we're going to add, really, napkins are kind of inexpensive. You just got to glue sticks, you know. So let's add some gilded gems in here. And then I have, what do you guys think about, I don't know if I need these up here or not. Do you think? What do you think? Should I put these flowers up here? Because I thought this Flowers of Friendship stamp, that's where this come from, and I use this right here, is also another great thing if you don't have, like if you don't want this, and maybe you've got this stamp set, this would make a great 4-leaf clover as well, okay? So that's kind of a fun thing to remember to do. Or you can cut them apart and kind of make like a clover as well. So what do you think about these? No? Okay, Anne says no. Okay, so we're going to add at least some gems, and there's a matching punch too to punch out your flowers and your little tiny leaves as well. So, but we're going to add some gems though, and I think, am I going to add some gems? Let's see, where am I going to put them? Because I put them on this other card. I don't know, maybe we'll just kind of go in the middle of our clover here. What do you guys think? Just do this. We'll glitz up our clover. So, okay, so here's a coordinating envelope with our designer paper. So, because you do not want to put a napkin on an envelope flap, especially if you're mailing it, okay? If you were hand mailing it, you could. It might be a little bit tougher to do, but I probably wouldn't, I haven't attempted that, but I would just use some designer paper. This is from the collections of the Brights collection, the designer paper, okay? So there is that, and then our inside. Look how beautiful that looks with the lined layer. So let's look at this other one, because there's two designs, remember? We had two designs on here. So here's this one here. So you can easily get two cards out of one napkin. What's the name of the bling? It's Gilded Gems, or what the bling is called. These are just, they're kind of a thicker bling, but they are so bright. It's such a bright gold is what they are. I love them. They're in the annual catalog. Okay. All right. So paper napkins. That is one way for you to create a handcrafted card. Okay. So think of, maybe you don't have an Easter set coming up, okay? And I'll be sharing some Easter ideas too with you, okay? So let's look at card number 2. I'm going to check my napkin stash. I know, and I thought I had some St. Patty's napkins, and I had to go out and buy some, and luckily my good friend Jane, she went and got some for me. Okay, so card number 2, okay? How many of you maybe have, this is some leftover scrap that I made, that I had from some napkins I made for friends last year, fabric napkins. So I'm like, okay, let's make a card with this, okay? Because this is one of the things I showcased at my guild. I was asked to present at my guild in November this past year, and I had them incorporate fabric into making some greeting cards, so using up some of their stuff. So we are going to just start with, and this is kind of like a little bit on the same way. You want your fabric a little bit bigger than the size that you want, okay? So we are going to take, this is a 3 1/4 by 5 inch piece of cardstock, and we're going to use adhesive sheets on this one, okay? And the adhesive sheet is the same size. So let's, the adhesive sheet comes off in like pieces, okay? So I'm simply going to cover up. You don't have to worry about being totally exact, okay? I know, isn't that fabric really fun? I'm like a fabric junkie. I love to do that. So I love making fabric napkins, for people. It's just a fun way to give a gift. And I'm constantly looking for fabric. Now I just have to have time to sew them all. I have a stash that needs to be sewn up. Okay, I know, never thought to use fabric, Stella. It is like, really, this is like a game changer for your paper crafting. So when you have like those special occasions or maybe event that's coming up, maybe graduation or a wedding or a bridal shower or something, or an anniversary, and you want to really set your table really pretty, you can, I make the napkins for, but you can, like if, you could find fabric in like wedding colors or something too, as well, to coordinate with the event. So there's just all kinds of fun things that you can do with leftover scraps. So okay, we've covered this, right? Where do I shop for fabrics? Oh, just Walmart is a great place, or Joann's. I wouldn't buy anything too expensive, I think this is Joann's fabric right here, gal. So especially if you're using it for your cards, you don't really, and you do want cotton is what you want, and you just want, sometimes you don't want, this is kind of like on the large size for patterns, so kind of keep that in mind too, that you have a smaller area, So we've got this, we're going to put this on the wrong side of the fabric. I'm going to just kind of start it there, and make sure you smooth this really, really well, okay? And then I like using a pair of long scissors when I do this. So we're going to just, and I meant to get a different pair of scissors because these have a little dull spot in them, so for some reason. Try to keep these for like my good, probably because there's glue on them and I didn't clean it off when I was using these. So you definitely want a nice pair of sharp scissors when you're doing this, okay? So I'm just simply cutting the excess fabric, just trimming right along the cardstock here, okay? And so if you have questions, make sure you write them in the leave them in the comments. Dollar Tree has bundles of fabric. I've never looked there, Kathy. I'll have to check it out. A yard of, yeah, I mean, you can get a lot of cards out of like a fat quarter of fabric, you know, because you just figure usually, you know, like if you buy it by the yardage, it's 42 inches wide. So you don't need a lot. You can even do like 1/8 of a yard, you know, for your fabric. Okay, so we've got our piece here, okay, and let me move those scissors out of the way and get rid of this trash. So we're going to mount this onto some shaded spruce cardstock. I thought this kind of went good, and it's really fun how, because this fabric's a couple years old, that Stampin' Up! Just color coordinates with you know, our color scheme. Our colored cardstock actually goes so well with so many different things. So it's just amazing. Hey Linda, welcome. Oh, my daughter Mary Pat's here too, joining in. Welcome, Mary Pat. So I gotta take the lid off this. You can also put the, yes, okay. I was reading Sharon's comment on YouTube. She says, you know, back to the napkin card, you could, before you adhere it, you could run it through the embossing folder to put some texture on your napkin card as well. All just depends on, you know, the look you want and, you know, what you want to make sure shows up. Okay, so we layered this onto here, okay, and we're going to put dimensionals with this here. So let's add some dimensionals to our 4 corners, and then we're going to put this on some black cardstock, okay. Our base is basic black. Let's just score that again, and then we will pop this on. I think we will go like this. Here we go. Got a nice wide black border. Let's get rid of that hair. Okay, so we're going to go back to our label. So we've already done our label here. So I'm going to, actually this time, I made my bow before, and I think I'm going to put it through here and tie my bow. See if which look I like better. And do that. So let's just tie a bow like this. You can even just do a gentle knot. No, I think we'll do a bow. You just want to make sure you don't pull too hard, because that's just a little piece of cardstock there that's, you know, holding your bow together, and it's twisted. The key is to keep it from being twisted, your ribbon. And can you guys believe this snow we are getting? We are getting snow here, here in central New York. Oh my goodness. But I guess it's still March, so spring's not quite here yet. So here we go. Yeah, I think I like this bow better. I'll show you my other one in just a second. Yeah, doesn't that look pretty? So let's add some, we're going to add this with dimensionals. Hi Jeannie, and welcome from Virginia. Glad you're here to join. Have you made a fabric card before? So here's this. Let's just take this off, and we're just going to, I'm going to cover that up. So I guess, let me think here. I think I'm going to go like this. There we go. because I still kind of see that a little bit. And then let's add a few more gilded gems on here. Okay. Let's, oops, that one's kind of hanging around here. Let's put one, a small one, a medium, and let's go with a large over here. Okay, what do you guys think? Isn't that neat? So inside, so I've already pre-stamped, may the luck of the Irish go double for you. And let's add some glue to this, and we're doing the double inside layer with shaded spruce again, because this layer is actually, do you guys get that? This layer, these two layers are the same size as the fabric layer and that front layer. So you don't really have to think a lot about it, you know, keep the measurements all the same there. So, hey Nancy, do you love this? Oh, you know, it's just an easy way to create. So, and then I used the designer paper from the Regals collection this time, so that it coordinates, okay, because it coordinates with the shaded spruce. So here's my original one, so you can kind of see, look at the difference in the bows. Okay, this one I tied with my hair pick right here, and this one, I like this one better, I think. It just looks a little bit more fuller, and so on. So yeah, and having the tags differently as well. So who's inspired to make a fabric card or a paper napkin card? Anybody going out shopping? Okay, so what else do I want to talk to you about? So if you're interested in purchasing any of these supplies, you can, there'll be a whole shopping list on obviously what, you obviously can't purchase the napkins or the fabric on my website, but it'll be a list of like the colors cardstock and the ribbon and all that stuff for you as well, okay? I think that was it. And when you do purchase $50 or more, you also get, yeah, where'd they go? You're also going to get a card kit here. Remember last week I showcased this with the in colors flowing flowers. You're going to get a card kit with this. You just not, obviously no stamped images because we're not allowed to do that, but all the pieces will be there, and you'll need your cardstock to go, because maybe you don't have flowering images, but the main base of the card size supplies are there for you to create and add whatever focal point you want to it. So you're going to get that for free when you place a $50 or more order between now and March 15th, as well as yeah, let me see here, Nancy, as well as the tutorial bundle that you get. It's a PDF tutorial bundle. This month there is 37 projects in it, so it's a great fun bonus little thing for you as well. So, and don't forget today or tomorrow, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Let's see, I'm going to the wrong thing here. Tomorrow is the last day to subscribe to the Horizons Paper Pumpkin Kit. Remember, it's right now when you buy a 1 month subscription, it's $23.50 plus sales tax, I believe, and where you can get a prepaid code as well. But there's a bonus stamp set in it, and it's fabulous. So it's a great value for the $23.50. You're going to get a bonus $18 stamp set plus all the supplies and another stamp set as well to go with it. It's an awesome kit. I think it's going to be great. So if you love the new Horizon stuff, amazing stuff. Okay, so watch. I know Elaine says the kit looks wonderful, or Ellen, so it's going to be amazing, I think. So so hopefully you've enjoyed today, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or let me know you know what you need, and I hope to see you soon. Okay,